Welcome, everybody, to the All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection. This group is for military veterans, first responders, their families, advocate groups, or anybody who wants to support us or do business to business networking with us. Everyone is invited. So it's great to have you all here, to see a lot of new faces and a lot of people who've been here for literally years. So the group is growing and it's just fantastic to make so many great connections. So for the next 55 minutes or so, we do start each meeting with a moment of silence. And then we have the Pledge of Allegiance, a recording of the national anthem. You don't have to sing, but you're welcome to. And then I'll talk a little bit about what the scuttlebutt.club is and how to use it to invite people and also to sign up to be a spotlight speaker. We are looking for spotlight speakers right now. And then we'll have our business brief, so everybody will get a chance to give their 60-second business brief about yourself, where you're from, whatever information you'd like to share with us. And then we'll have our hero highlight, which will be done by Mike McQuillen today. He is also our spotlight speaker. And then we end with an inspirational thought, announcements, and reminders. So I'll move us on to the moment of silence. Now for the Pledge of Allegiance, if you are able to stand, it's a good time to do that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then now is recording of the national anthem, which I did pick one for the Marines, Semper Fi, because we are celebrating Mike McQuillen's 25th anniversary of his exit from the Marine Corps. Although he's still, from what I understand, a Marine is always a Marine. But hopefully y'all will like this one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, let's see if I can get this to move. Okay, so if you go to the scuttlebutt.club, This is what it looks like on the phone, and on the right is what it looks like on the computer, or similar to this. There's a couple little changes, but it does have our meeting agenda. If you want to share this with people, it has the Zoom registration link. They do have to register with the email address that they have their Zoom account set up with. Otherwise, it won't let them register. And also when they log in through the link that they'll get to join the meeting, it does need to be that same email address. And then there's a spotlight speaker form there. And I ask if anybody would like to be a spotlight speaker. It's a 10 to 15 minute presentation time, and you can fill out the form, upload images, and it's just very helpful for me. Pick more than one date though. That way, if somebody else has picked a date, I don't have to do a bunch of communicating back and forth to try to schedule. And then I'll let you know which date works the best. And you can pick all of them. That works too. Now I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful co-host, Terry Moore. She and I have been in this since before this actually became a group here on Alignable, right? We were on another platform, and she had a meeting and I had a meeting, and we joined forces, and here we are. But Terry, I will turn it over to you. And Santa Papa John is usually our timer. Okay, great. Because nobody can get mad at Santa Papa John if his timer goes off. So, all right, Terry, take it away.
All right. Well, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, and I'm sure it's still real hot where you're located. I know we're now at 94 in North Carolina. So anyway, let's go ahead and start. So for the new people, what we want to hear is who you are, what you do, and how we can help you with referrals. So please tell us your audience that you are trying to target so we can help you better. So I'm going to start with the women, and I'm going to start with Lisa first.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Maloney, and I am a nutritionist, and I developed a healthy custom spice line called Spicy Spuds and Other Stuff, sodium-free spice blends. I'm from the K through 12 industry, and I got this dream, oh gosh, over 10 years ago now to start this business. And I have 4 wonderful flavors. I have smoky barbecue, and I have dessert spice, and I also have tangy garlic onion and chipotle spice. And between all 4 of my spice blends, they're fantastic and perfect for any kind of food that you want to put them on, from A to Z and top to bottom. And in addition to being sodium free, they're also allergen free and kosher, sustainably grown and harvested, MSG free, and vegan. And the best kind of customer for me would be families and individuals to professionals as well that either own a restaurant or have a catering company or a food truck. Thank you so much.
Wow, amazing. Okay, let's go with Mary Ann.
Hello, everyone. Mary Ann Guinea here. So let's be honest. Who has tons of extra money these days that they're trying to figure out what to do with? Okay, the answer is nobody. So the reality is most people today are living on a budget. They're trying to get as much as they can for as little as they can. And they care about quality as well. Let's face it, they don't really want to shop at the dollar store. I'm with Melaleuca.com, and I show people how to do exactly that. Yesterday, I was talking to a woman who's shopping at 7 different places now to get affordable stuff. When she started adding up her money, she said, "You realize I could save over $300 a month if I just shopped at Melaleuca and got everything at one place. Plus, I get free money. Plus, I get discounts. Like, it's a no-brainer." So who do you know that's in that same predicament? And they also like no hormones, no antibiotic beef. I'd love to talk to them about having healthier beef as well. Mary Ann Guinea with Melaleuca.com.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go with Natalie. We missed you, Natalie.
Good afternoon. It's a balmy 86 in the Metro Detroit area today. Beautiful breeze. I just had to close the window because the people next door are mowing their lawn. I am a Shaklee ambassador. I am here to help you be younger longer. And what I want to talk to you about for 30 seconds is I am providing free tickets for a webinar this Thursday evening, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, with Dr. Tanya Hartig, who is a functional medicine physician, and her subject is going to be the roots of cancer. So if you have any interest in finding out how you might avoid it, she is absolutely tremendous. I can send you the link and the code. Just get in touch with me. I'll put my number in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Okay, let's go with Melissa.
Betty, my name is Melissa. Thank you so much, Marianne. You guys are amazing with everything that you do. Thank you for putting this together. I am a legacy wealth builder, and I love helping families and providing better futures for their children, creating tax-free opportunities for families and businesses as well. I'm looking for clients in between the ages of 25 to 60 would be the preferable. I just love what I do. I'm right along with everybody else here. There's not a whole lot of money in the pocketbook to put aside and save, but if we can learn how to save a little bit today, we can start a better future tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go with Christina.
Okay, I am Christina. I'm not on the beach right now, but it feels like it. It's about 91 here outside of Topeka, Kansas. Um, I have been in what I do planning wise the last 17 years, and I like to focus on people typically between the ages of 50 to 75, typically, and leaning towards more female business owners right now, going through life changes, things that can affect people, either losing a job, retiring, having a life event happen, and or preparing and planning before those life events ideally happen, not when you're going through them. But either way, I can help with, and I'm very blessed and be happy to talk or help anybody. Thank you.
Great, great. Let's go with Janet.
Sorry, I figured I was late. I'd be last.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
coming from one thing to the other. Janet Hudson with LifeWave. We are a technology company where our main technology right now is a phototherapy patch that actually elevates a copper peptide in your body and turns your stem cells back to work. And that will help decrease pain and inflammation, help you with sleep, and all kinds of other issues. And I've just been amazed at the turnaround in my health. Metabolically, I'm running in my mid-30s and I'm 66. So if you want to reverse your aging process, the Fountain of Youth is here. It's called LifeWave X39 Patch. Janet Hudson with LifeWave.
That's amazing. Okay, well, we're going to go with the new kid in town, and that would be Paula.
I love being called a kid. Hi everyone. I'm in Clearwater, Florida, so I don't ever talk about how hot it is. And I started my fitness career in the 1900s. I got my first certification as a personal trainer in 1983. I am now a master fitness practitioner for years. I just got a lot more certifications. 20 years ago, I started working with health professionals because even back then, their patients wanted to stay healthy and take more control of their health. So the products I offer, the institute, the educational institute, that has all been approved for continuing credit hours for their licenses. Sometimes they come to see what we're all about before they make a decision just because they need to renew their license, but that's okay. 95% of them end up partnering with us, and it is pharmaceutical grade. And I love educating people on it, not just sending them to buy something.
Thank you. And for all the new people joining us today, please put your information in the chat. And so we can get a hold of you if we need to. And I'll share at the end how you save the chat. So, okay, so let's go with, we're going to go to the men now. Let's go with Mike. Mike, you want to give us a teaser of what this is all about today?
Oh, me, I don't like much public speaking. That's a teaser. I would like to do for now while I'm here, I want to invite you to a couple of things. Number one is running my next workshop, Storytelling for Solopreneurs. So if you like my spot today, you're going to love the workshop. And that is next Thursday, the 24th. So look out for an invite. Also, I've been involved with a group called American Corporate Partners, ACP. We mentor veterans, usually people who are recently separated, looking for the next step in life. And it's a great program. I just said, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. But it's very rewarding, not only working with people who are just getting out of the military and looking for their way professionally, but also to network with other mentors and people who've been doing this for years. I met some really incredible people already, and I want to just give you a link. So if that's something you're interested in doing and helping, you don't have to be a veteran to be there. You just have to care and follow the protocol they teach you. It's pretty wide open. So I'll put those links in the chat. And of course, I want world peace for all the children.
Okay, James, welcome back. You're up. And then we'll go to Ruben.
All right, thank you. I'm Jim Brock, and I'm the owner of BMT Consulting. I do project management training across the board, all the different certifications for project management that are out there, like PMP, CAPM, ACP, Scrum Master, all those. I teach all those boot camps. We also do video training, so companies can contact us, and we will build training for them via video. And we're looking for anybody who wants to get that kind of training. So that's who we are. My contact information's in the chat already. And said, retired Navy, and looking forward to working with people to get them trained up.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's go with Ruben.
Hello, everybody. Ruben Carrillo here from Wildwood, Missouri. Retired veteran here. I paint with veterans. They paint to heal. I paint to sell. So I try to show them how to promote their artwork on Instagram. So if you guys ever have an Instagram account, it's my last name _arts, and you'll see what I'm doing with them. Currently, right now, I'm working with realtors and contractors. And my question to them when I meet them is, why don't you show who you are with one QR? I put the link in the chat. Look forward to hearing Mike's beautiful message.
Ruben, may I ask you a question? And probably some of these other individuals here has had the same thing. When we get like an email and we have a QR code, or say that we're on our phone and we get a QR code, how can we open that QR code when we're already on our phone?
Hold it like it's a picture.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the beautiful part about one QR. This is only a third of the feature. What you get is a short link that you can customize. So when you're emailing or texting or whatever that is, you use the short link, not the QR code. Okay? So that'll get you going.
Okay. You and I need to have a one-to-one then.
I did want to let everybody know here, you can also, the phone now, at least with the newer models, is able to recognize a QR code on the screen. So if you take your finger and you just hold it, it will recognize it as an actual picture, and then that will activate it as if it's a link.
I don't have a new phone, Shane.
Well, then I'm sorry. Yep, you're going to have to use the other method.
That's okay. And speaking of Shane, you are up next.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say me?
Yes, you are up next.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Shane Loftman, and I am the creator of FQ3C, a new behavioral model that's able to officially track human behaviors, including emotions. So yes, we have quantified it. Really what we're looking to do is make people wake up in the morning. They're not dealing with the analysis paralysis. They're not chasing their tail. And they're using tools and resources that we have to provide to make it so they're getting to where they want to go. Really, though, we're looking to connect with the leaders. We're looking to connect with the managers, the owners who are in charge of somebody else's goals and development, or at least is being paid to aid in it, because that's where our tool really is able to be most easily accepted, adopted, and where we see the most benefit, bang for the buck, between all parties. We are a productivity machine and efficiency machine when applied. And so I did put my information in there, which you can also ask our AI assistant any questions you have and how it can apply to you.
Okay, thank you. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's go with Richard.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard Brooks out of Clarksville, Tennessee, and I help people with proven solutions. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what people need until really I sit down and talk with you and find out what problems you have, and then I try to point a solution for you. I spend primarily most of my time on the Alignable platform, and I run 3 groups. My own group, I originally started providing solutions, and I also run the coaches group and the B2B group. And I just started up this week my 3 weekly Smart Connects. So they are starting to run starting this week. And that's me. Thank you.
Richard, could you put those meetings in the chat? Would that be possible?
I'll be glad to.
Thank you. Okay, let's go with Ryan.
Howdy, everybody. Ryan Baggett. So what you see behind me is a commercial scale solar carport. I build electric vehicle charging stations software, which enables those charging stations to repair themselves. They don't have to have a field deployed team of guys running around a gas powered truck fixing one electric vehicle charging station after another. They are also able to repel any kind of cyber malware, so we don't have to worry about that. Hey guys, I am not a liberal. I am not a progressive, certainly, but as conservative as you'll possibly get. This is me at half my present age when I was in the Army 18 years. Here's what I see is if we get free of dependence upon foreign oil, then my son, who's at the Air Force Academy about to start his 3rd year, doesn't have to go repeat all the things that I had to do.
Thank you, Ryan. Let's go with Matt.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. My name is Matt with A1 Solutions Group, living the life in Winchester, Virginia, as it's rainy and humid at 87 degrees or whatever. I love it. So I deal with the sexiest topic ever, said no one ever in human history. People and their credit. Who's so excited to learn more about that shit? Oh my God, yay. Ah. No, just kidding. So what I do, we help personal. What I'm really looking to look for is to work with those business owners who want to build their business credit to leverage it for the tool that it is, to grow their business more efficiently and not always have to use their cash stay liquid. Credit's a game, it's a tool, use it, learn it, understand it. That way you don't have to let that 3-digit score or the pay score control your life. You have ownership of that or mastery of that. So beyond with that, business credit, like I said, also provide one-on-one coaching, financial coaching for those who want it. And that's it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Okay, let's go with Joel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joel Hulk. I'm sorry I missed the calls for the last few weeks, and I also have to jump off early today, and I missed this call. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Empower Impact Solutions. We're doing many, many things. The 2 things that I really focus on is helping charities raising money with our $0 donation program. It's much easier to ask for $0 than to ask for $100. It's just easier. And I also help individuals, families, and businesses to save anywhere between 30, 50, and 70% on the health insurance cost. We have a product that is replacing the traditional health insurance to allow to do that. And I did send some messages to individuals. I also put my information on the chat here. Please feel free to set up a time and let's get together.
Hey, thanks, Joel. I'm going to swing back over because I didn't see Oksania. And so, Oksania, can you unmute yourself and tell us who you are?
Hello, nice to meet you all. I creating cartoons on YouTube channel. They highly educational. They for children.
Okay, can you put your information in the chat for us, please?
Yes, I put it already.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
And
you very
welcome.
much.
Let's go with Kurt.
I am as close to heaven on earth as you can get. It is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a podcaster. We do talk shows, and we want to talk about you. Come on our shows to share who you are, what you do, your products, your services, your business journey, and anything else personally you'd like to share. We have a flexible schedule, including the first and third Monday of every month. Santa Papa John is on. That's at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, the first and third Monday. So in a week, you can do that. And it's all to get you out there on LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live, all the places you want to be. It's like Visa. You want to be where your customer wants to be. Let's do it together, folks. I'm Kurt Roska from Milwaukee. Back to you.
And Kurt, you have your information in the chat, right?
I sure do. Ready and waiting.
All right, let's go with Greg.
Go. Right. Hello, everyone. Greg Boone here. I am actually in the early stages of transitioning into a couple new businesses. One being More Mido, which helps people heal their bodies, gets their mitochondria replenished, and beginning to notice an improvement in my vision. And excuse me, the other one being Impact Health. We basically help people save money on their health and mobile and internet. So anyway, Greg Boone here. Back to you.
Okay, thanks. All right, and finally, for the amazing men, unless I forgot someone, is our Papa John. Papa Santa. Santa Papa.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Thanks, Terry. Hey, folks, I'm Santa Papa John, and I love to make people smile, giggle, and laugh. We need more smiles in this world because the smileology is at a low level, and we need to increase that by sharing smiles with people you don't know. But today we're going to also talk about the Warriors Beacon of Hope. It's a whole other website that Santa's got put up to promote services to veterans, services, meetings, and scholarships. Yes, an all-around portal to help veterans and servicemen and women find services when they need them, how they need them, and why they need them. No questions asked. It's just another portal for information to pass on. I'm not saying the VA does a bad job. I'm just saying there's got to be other alternatives because we don't want to listen to service people go, I'm on the waiting list anymore. Santa Papa John, trying to help you out. Thanks to all the people that are in here. Hang on, Terry. Thanks to all the people in here that did service. Thank you for your service.
Okay. Well, I'll go next. My name is Terry Moore. I am a certified professional woman speaker, a certified transformational coach, and a best-selling author. And I'm all about helping individuals and business owners remove emotional barriers from their past so they can move forward to have that big and bright future. I'm very, very excited because this is for the women, but I have an empowerment class tomorrow. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is on Zoom. It's 90 minutes, and we're going to talk about how to not allow your lights to go dim, to keep your sparkle glowing. And the title is Courage to Sparkle, Living the Life That Lights You Up. Now, the super thing I'm excited and my attendees are getting excited about is when you come, you will be entered into a door prize drawing courtesy of Timothy Joseph, who's not on here today. And you will be entered into a free vacation. All you have to do is just pay the taxes. Over 115 destinations to choose from, and this is up to a value of $2,400. So somebody is going to win this fabulous vacation. So men, if you want to talk to your wives or your girlfriends, the link to register is in my chat with my name. And I would love to see you there. This is going to be inspiring. It's going to be motivating and possibly could change your life. So thank you. Angela, we're going to turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Terry. And for my business brief, my business name is Starship Solutions. I'm primarily a financial educator. I am committed to advancing financial education, and it starts by sharing a financial literacy quiz that I would love for everyone here to do. And I work closely with individuals to uncover their financial literacy score, identify strengths and areas for growth, and to be able to empower them, and to give them knowledge to build financial confidence and well-being. I do not charge for my services for this financial education, so it doesn't hurt to go on and do the quiz. Don't cheat. You'd be really surprised how much you can learn that you thought you knew everything there was to know. And I thought I knew everything until I started diving deeper. So reach out to me and have a one-to-one. All right, let me get my thing pulled up here.
We have a new guest. We have a new guest named Alyssa.
I asked her to please put her information in the chat. We have to move on. We're behind schedule right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much. I just saw that.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, I am trying to get to just one moment. Here we go. Okay, now I can share. All right, thank you, Terry, for handling the business briefs. Everybody did a great job staying within your time frame.
Yes.
And, yeah, let's move on. Our hero highlight today is Mike McQuillen is doing it. I included Mike, I included your picture here. And I also found this quote that says, a Marine is a Marine is a Marine. And this was a quote by General James Amos. He said, I set that policy 2 weeks ago. There's no such thing as a former Marine. You're a Marine, just in a different uniform, and you're in a different phase of your life. But you'll always be a Marine because you went to Paris Island, San Diego, or the hills of Quantico. There's no such thing as a former Marine. Having two sons who are active duty Marines, I had to learn that. But Mike, do you want to include this as part of your presentation about Sergeant Major Ruiz?
Yeah, I'll work him into there. No,
okay. So
I'll make sure the Sergeant Major gets his mention.
If you could set the timer for 16 minutes, will that work, Mike?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's perfect. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to 1 second. So Mike McQuillen with Fit Presenter. I'm not going to take a lot of time so that you have more time to speak. So I will turn it over to you. Thank you so much. Oh, and you want to tell them about your anniversary.
Of course. Well, that again is part of the story as well. So I'll just put myself on spotlight because, well, thanks for that. And I appreciate that we start off by talking about Sergeant Major Ruiz. I do have a story involving him back when he was Corporal Ruiz, and we'll get to that later. But it's great to be able to speak to a veteran community. Even if you didn't serve yourself, you're part of a community that supports the veterans, and that means a lot. But in addition to being either a veteran or a proud patriot, you're also a business owner, and that's why you're here. And owning a business, if you are in business, then you are in the business of promoting your business. You can't delegate that. There's a lot of services you can delegate. You can delegate your bookkeeping. In fact, I recommend it. You can delegate your digital marketing. I definitely recommend delegating that. But you have to be the face and voice of your business. Promoting your business means public speaking. And public speaking means storytelling. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I already do that. I get that all the time. Oh, I do that already. Hold on, let me share my screen. And there's a time and place to share a screen. In fact, you will see a screen share today. But your entire business messaging is built on telling stories. As long as you tell the right story, and those stories have a call to action. So in this 16-minute spot that I have today, that Angelo was kind enough to set aside for me on this very special anniversary, we're going to look at the type of stories that you need in your story file to promote a business. And then also how to tell those stories, and then how to use that story as a lead-in to make an overture, either to do business or just to get people on your calendar, or to take some kind of action, so that story is a lead magnet. Because your stories are, your public speaking is the one thing that your competition is not doing. So all you have to do is put forth just a little bit of an effort, and you stand out head and shoulders over everybody. But once you give a good presentation, what you do is you move people down that process of turning them into clients. It makes the sales process a lot easier. And just before, Terry mentioned Tim Joseph, and Tim didn't make it here. He's busy. Why is he busy? Because he's a client of mine. And he'll get a spot soon enough. I'm sure I'll get a plug from him. But he was in one of those. He's in the tech world, and tech and finance people especially, they get hung up. I see this all the time. I started this with the intention of working with people in the fitness industry, but the people who approach me most are people working in either tech or finance, because they get caught up in how it works, describing the technical nuances of it all. Now, once you sign them up as clients, I'm just going to mute the people who are not speaking now. Once you sign up the people once they're your clients, then you get to throw all the technical jargon at them. Then you get to give them all the analytics and the actuarials and all the algorithms. But in the meantime, you need to make that personal connection with people. So you're not selling your services. You're not telling people why you're better than your competition. You're giving them an opportunity to get to know you, so that when you have that one-to-one conversation, the process is a lot easier. So what I'm going to do first is just read off a list of the type of stories that you need. Then we'll practice how to tell one of those stories. And then I'll do a screen share or review everything with the slides. So you won't go without slides. If you're a visual person, don't worry, I've got you covered. But here are some stories. I recommend writing this down. I'll put it in the chat later. One story you need, obviously, is a client success story. Not so you can show how great you are, but so that you can show your process working. If you're a bookkeeper and you get somebody's books to the accountant, you cut their workload in half and save on their taxes, you are not the hero. QuickBooks is the hero. If you're in digital marketing and you got the algorithms and the keywords to grow somebody's business, you're not the hero. The algorithm is the hero of the story. You showcased your process working, and that's how the audience member, future client, sees themselves as your client. But as long as you're telling a story about a client's success, you also need a story about something that goes wrong. Not terribly wrong. If somebody broke their leg, I don't want to hear about it. If you took somebody's money and put it in Bitcoin, they lost everything, save that one for Thanksgiving, for pumpkin pie during the Thanksgiving dinner. But when something went slightly wrong, to show how you overcame. One of my workshops just a few months ago, I said, this workshop is all about stories of things going wrong in your business. And as soon as I said that, you know what happened? Maybe you were there. My Wi-Fi froze up on me. I had the biggest attendance I've had since I started doing these workshops, and everything. Oh man, I've never fell forward so beautifully before in my life. So that is a story. If you've got a story about things going wrong, put that in your story file. Don't lead with it. but it has to be in there. Okay, there's also a story about a misconception, and I'll go a little bit deep on this one. Raise your hand if you play golf. Okay, you notice my hand is not up. I don't play golf. That's why I used to believe, that's from a fitness perspective now, I used to believe that golf was a zero impact sport. It's a light stick, it's a small ball. How bad can it be? Until one day when I was working as a personal trainer, a client came in and she said, "Hi, Mike." I said, "What happened to you?" "Golf." This is a client who came in as a couch potato, deconditioned, and a year later, after 14 months of training, she ran a half marathon and she crushed it. She came back 2 days later, said, "Ready to go." One round of golf, and she's twisted up like a twisty slide. It turns out, even though it's a light stick, you have to rotate your body to 270 degrees and arch your back into that dreaded C curve in order to drive that little ball a couple hundred yards, times 18 holes, plus the short game, plus prolonged walking and standing. Golf takes its toll on the body. So I learned something that day. Did you just learn something? Now, it's in all fairness, it's not kickboxing, it's not downhill motocross. So when you have a misconception and you share your past misconceptions with your audience and how you learned it, what message does that give to your audience? Does it have them say, "What? You're not perfect? Well, forget it." No, it shows them now that you're vulnerable. So what do? They open up and they share their misconceptions. And that is the F in the FIT system, is to filter out their misconceptions from the background knowledge they bring. Show them that even when they're wrong, they're still a little bit right. Now, if you don't like the idea of filtering, you don't like the FIT system, here's an alternative. You can say it like this: "I'm right. You're wrong. Now hand over the credit card." Ready? Sweet. So far we have stories of a success story, a story where things didn't quite go so perfectly, and of some kind of a misconception. But the story I really want to focus on today is your backstory as to why you're in business. For you to be in business for yourself now, most likely something went terribly wrong in your professional life, to the point that working for a living is no longer an option. The salary, the paycheck, the paid vacation, the office with the vending machine that's always fully stocked, those days are long gone. The only option you had left was to jump out of the airplane and figure out how the parachute works on the way down. And that is the life of a solopreneur. Do you think that story has relevance to your audience? Yeah, if you tell it the right way. Your backstory as to what got you there, to where you are now. Here's a couple of tips, and we're going to go over how to present this with conflict. Number one, that story, so many people will put that story at the beginning. Don't do it. It's too intense. Now, I'm not mocking anybody who's been through this, but it's a little bit ridiculous when you hear, "I was broke, I was homeless, I was divorced, I was depressed, I was miserable, my kids didn't talk to me, and I had a rare blood disease. Now let's talk about graphic design." It's a pretty heavy downshift, isn't it? Instead, your personal story as to what got you where you are and why you're doing what you're doing, that goes at the end. So you tap into your audience's understanding of what you do, give them some value, and then when you've earned it, you get to tell your own personal story. So we go with, is called conflict, more conflict, your conflict. Let me give you an example. Think of a movie, really popular movie where there's a lot of conflict that everybody knows all around the world. Let's think of Titanic, shall we? Okay, you know the movie Titanic? What's the initial conflict? This is, since I'm in Peru, it's Titicaca for me. This is going across Lake Titicaca. What's the initial conflict of that story?
The ship sinks.
That's the secondary. Before it sinks, Papa John, it hits the iceberg. There's the initial conflict. Uh-oh, we hit the iceberg. Now, if that's the end of the conflict, it's pretty. So whatever first went wrong, that's just the inconvenience. That's the initial. But the real conflict, and Papa John got it right, is when the ship begins to sink. Oh, they built the ship Titanic. That's how the ocean. Okay. That's when we need to solve this. Either you resolve this conflict or something bad's going to happen. And when you elevate that conflict, now there's urgency to solve it with you. But the third level of conflict, and this is the difference in storytelling that most people are not doing, and that is the internal conflict. For 85 years, we cared more about the ship than the people on it until that movie came out. Suddenly, it's the love story between Jack and Rose, or here it's Joaquin and Rosita. Me, all honesty, I've never seen the movie. Rumor has it does not have a happy ending. But the point being that love story, that's the internal conflict. That's the conflict that needs to be resolved when that audience tells you, Shane, Lisa, you are not leaving that stage until we resolve this conflict. And that is what makes you a world-class storyteller. That is when they feel that with you. The next thing to do is quite simply give them that is the reason. The conflict that you resolve in your story is the same conflict that you resolve for your audience and for your clients. Now you're not just telling stories to entertain. You're telling stories in order to build interest, show your audience, show them you actually doing your work, resolving the conflict so they see themselves. I'm Jack. I'm Rosita. I want to be on that Titanic so you can save me. Now, you heard Angela mention. Okay, 25 years ago today, I got out of the Marine Corps. Now, when I joined, I signed up in public affairs and I said, okay, I'm going to be the warrior poet. I'm going to fight the good fight, tell the story, be the hero and the savior and the sovereign and all that. Then they stationed me in a small logistics depot in the California desert at Marine Corps Logistics Base, Barstow, California. 3 years chasing tumbleweeds. Now, it had its charm, but not exactly the experience I was looking for. And that's when I made the decision I'm only going to serve 4 years. So my whole life, my whole Marine Corps experience is the Barstow Log, that 8 to 12 page base newspaper. And when my time was up 25 years ago today, I got on an Amtrak thinking, did I really serve? Did what I did my work really make a difference? Somewhere between Albuquerque and Kansas City, I sat down for dinner, the dining cart with a gentleman and his 2 kids who were sitting down. Turns out he was a Marine Corps colonel from Camp Pendleton. And he had a picture that I took on his desk. It was Brian, you're going to like this. It was an environmental thing. He was the environmental officer at Camp Pendleton. And I was taking pictures of the base commander, Colonel Costa, riding an e-bike that they were going to use on base instead of gas-powered vehicles. So my work has been featured around the Marine Corps. So for me, it's not about the adventure. It's not about fighting the good fight. It's about telling the stories. That was one of my last stories, was telling the story of the colonel and the e-bike. But one of my first stories was the Marine of the Quarter story of the Marine of the Quarter, Corporal Carlos Ruiz. And wouldn't you know it, today he is now the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. At that little base, when I thought I'd never do anything, meet anything, my next door neighbor in the barracks was now the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. That's the power of community, and that is the power of storytelling. It was my contribution then, it's my contribution now. With this time, if it's okay, Angela, I'd like to share my screen just to show my slides.
Yes,
Just to
go ahead.
review.
Take
Yeah,
a
just
couple
to
minutes.
read. Okay, thanks. This is just to read. Oh, let me, slideshow. Okay. One more reason why I don't like to start with a screen share is because technology. Okay, and there we go. All right, so initial conflict is right here, and feel free to screen share it, although to screenshot it. But if you contact me, I'll send this to you. Initial conflict. The next comes more conflict. We need some kind of urgency to resolve this conflict. And again, it doesn't have to be life-threatening. It just must be resolved now. Okay, and then the internal conflict is, so it's conflict, more conflict, your conflict. I'm going to very quickly, super duper fast forward through these other slides. Okay, the story you need to tell is one you probably thought was not relevant. When Tim gets up and speak, he's going to tell his Dollar General story. He's like, Mike, you don't need to hear this, and the story is hilarious. I want to tell it, but I'm not going to. Okay, save it for the end. Save your most personal, intimate story for the end. Start by giving them value, then you give them your story. Okay, it's got to have some kind of a happy ending. We'll talk more about this. Hop on a call with me. We'll talk more about this, or come to my workshop next week. Okay, the happy ending is that your system worked. You heard me say that. Okay, there's some more things. Oh, look at that. Somewhere along this journey, I met my speaking mentor, hero, and idol, Craig Valentine. He and I have partnered up on the Essentials of Storytelling, normally $50, but in honor of my anniversary, it's $20 off. Scan the QR code and you can save 20 bucks. If you're serious about this, you want to make an investment in your ability to tell stories, you'll never get more and pay less than with this product, but I'm not going to oversell it. I want to make it available to you. I'll also put the link in the chat so you can follow as well. Questions, comments, concerns, or happy songs?
Thank you so much, Mike, for that. That was I'm always just glued whenever you do your presentation.
Yeah,
So
thank
I
you.
highly recommend for everybody to connect with Mike, everybody here. Mike, you and I need to set up another one-to-one because so as it turns out, the day that we were supposed to meet, I was getting an x-ray of my foot, which is broken, by the way.
Oh, no, I was going to ask, Angela. I was going to ask. I didn't want to make an example of you and how to sequence the conflict. Oh no, the foot's broken. Oh no, what if I miss my appointment with Mike? But I didn't want to put you on blast. So I'm sorry about your foot.
I just found this out like a few minutes ago because I got logged in and checked out my but anyways, so yeah, we need to set up a one-to-one. Everybody set up one-to-ones with Mike. And if you have questions, put them in the chat. And everybody put your information in the chat, please. And thank you for your service, Mike. I love the way that you worked the whole thing with, was it Colonel Ruiz?
Sergeant Major Ruiz, Colonel Linderber was the environmental officer. Colonel Costa was my base commander. Sergeant Major Ruiz was a corporal when I knew him, then a sergeant. Good people.
That's cool. That's awesome. All right. And now if you would like to be a spotlight speaker, and you can set up a one-to-one with Mike and see how he can help you with your presentation. But we are looking for spotlights. We have one for next week. Sorry, the 21st is taken. Ruben's going to be our spotlight speaker next week, but we have other openings. This is usually unusual. We're usually completely filled up. So please fill out that spotlight speaker form, get that over to me. And then our inspirational thought is from General Douglas MacArthur. No man is entitled to the blessings of freedom unless he be vigilant in its preservation. And I want to thank each and every one here who has served and who supports those who serve for being vigilant in preserving our freedom. Now, I'm going to close with announcements and testimonials. I want to thank everybody for coming today. So I'm going to stop sharing so we can all see each other. Does anyone have an announcement or a testimonial about someone else here in the group?
Well, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know if Kurt is still here. It's hard for me to see everybody. Kurt, you still there, buddy?
Kurt is.
His square is here.
Kurt's
who's talking?
Oh,
Shane's talking.
gotcha. Well, I was going to say that Kurt's a very well-connected individual with lots of different projects and things that he's been able to be part of and assist. So, I'd say it's a very good idea for people to be able to connect with Kurt. But I know he's not able to hear me right now. I'm not sure where he's at.
Well, that's definitely a good testimonial. Anybody else? Santa Papa John, I see a hand.
No, I was just going to say I got to run.
Okay.
So
All right,
this has been
bye.
a great meeting. Thanks, guys.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho,
All right.
ho.
Well, wait, just 1 second. Give a big wave and say hi, everybody, so I can get a screenshot later. All right.
I do. Lisa and I have been working back and forth to set up a time this week to meet. So yeah, I just put it in the chat for you, Lisa. So that's cool. Oh, Melissa's got her hand up.
Yes, I wanted to thank Marianne. She was amazing and she helped me put together a whole bunch of stuff and course correct on some of my Facebook, my